Hey guys, Infinite Dice here. Giving a quick update on the submarine as well as Boatparts progress update to 4.5, which will support Skillful as well as the newer version of KSP. What I wanted to show you here was just how the sub operates. I've replaced the engines with my own code, as I was having a few issues using it. So as you can see, we're going reverse here. We can easily, same with the old code, very similar to the old code, we can cause this to turn by reversing one side. So here we're turning on a dime now. And then we can reverse this propulsion and go ahead. The fact that I'm using my own code for the engines now allows me to do a few other things, free up a little bit of complexity out of how things were working before. The auto pitch is something also that I've added to this new release, and that will basically check the front of the sub to the back of the sub and compare their positions to one another and to the Earth, and they will auto-balance the submarine by either removing ballast from the front and adding it to the rear, or vice versa. Okay, so in order to get a sub to go under the water, we need to add ballast, which effectively reduces the amount of floating volume. Volume of the submarine that's empty, that causes it to float. When you remove that, you basically make it sink. So, if we're traveling along at 63 and we try to push the sub under the water, it will get to the point where it'll nosedive using these dive planes here. It will push itself under the water, and then the props will pop out of the water. So you're going to notice, oh darn, I can't get under the water because I need forward momentum for a dive plane to work, which is true. So what you need to do is you need to just kind of coax it under the water without getting the prop out of the water and without getting the dive planes out of the water. So if we can get it to an angle here, like this, where everything is in the water at the same time, then we can get it to go down. Now the problem generally is, if the submarine is too buoyant, you can't get it to do that. So what you do is you simply activate the generator. That causes a little bit of gain in the water ballast, and that will allow the sub to have less float, or more mass, so to speak, and allow it to go down instead of float. So if we get enough of that, we can go below the water, which is what I've just done here. So you want as little, because of the limitations of KSP and how KSP slows things down with mass, which shouldn't really happen. You want to use as little additional mass as possible for the submarine. Now if you get to the point, like what you want is a level sitting submarine, because you can't go around comfortably always pointing at the bottom of the sea, because what we're doing here is we're using the dive planes to keep ourselves going down. And if we do that, the submarine is always going to be pitched forward, because in a level position like this, the submarine has too much buoyancy still. So what we want to do is you just get a little bit more mass there to try and level it out a little bit, and then what we can do is turn on the auto pitch. The auto pitch will basically say, okay, this needs to have a little bit more mass to keep it balanced. Now if you're too close to the water surface, you might want to do it yourself, whereas you just do this and you add a little bit of mass to the front to keep that front end down. Again, it's a balancing game. Once you get used to this, you'll be fine. So I've been playing with this, of course, for longer than most people because I made it. So in order to get to the IVA mode, you want to either left click here, or on this side puts you at the top of the periscope. So if we go up a little bit with the submarine, let's see where we are. Now this is a wonky view. It's been wonky since I created it, but it does work to some degree. When you look like this, sometimes you get that clipping. That's because the camera is clipping the part of the model that's the snorkel or the periscope. So there we are. So we can keep the submarine below the water and at the same time be able to see. Okay, so enough of that. So using just the dive planes, you can see that we can affect the depth of the submarine by pitching down. We can cause the submarine to go down fairly quickly. By pitching up, we can cause the submarine to surface just as quickly. Now the ease of going up and down is achieved when you have a neutral balance in both the horizontal and vertical. So in order for the front to back balancing to be zeroed out, you have your auto pitch turned on. It is a very slow adjustment, so get yourself down at least 50 to 100 meters, turn the auto balance, the auto pitching on, and verify that it's actually moving a ballast front to back like it is right here. Eventually it will balance the submarine out to a good degree, and you won't need it anymore. You can simply click it again, turn it off, and you can verify that it's off by checking the thing. I'm going to put a thing in here so that you can actually see if it's on or off too. See, if we don't maintain this pitch, we'll surface. So to get rid of that, we can simply add more ballast and add more ballast. But what that does is, because of the KSP bug, is slow us down. So in order to be very level but very slow, we need to add more ballast. Now if I want to surface, all I need to do is remove that ballast like this and maintain a level pitch, and you're going to see that we're coming up already. So I have 8 on the quick keys set to reverse engines. You'll see that the engines will reverse. Now going up is down and going down is up. And reverse again is 8, and we're going forward again. Another thing you can do is you can reverse one side to turn. And then carry on. So it is quite nimble. Another thing we can do is a power, and we're going to shoot out of the water as fast as possible. Again, we have very little ballast, and out we come. I'll turn the engine off. The engine is not thrusting even with the engine fully on. The screws are still turning, as you can see. The screws are turning, but we're not going to be picking up any forward speed because they can't propel us. So here we come down. And down we go again. So you can do some pretty fun things. I don't know if you want to, put on a a whale show or something. I could make a model whale, and you guys could you know, pretend you're whales and just swim around and come out of the water and stuff. If you hit it with weapons, it will sink, it will damage, just like other parts would. The rudders will, you know, have a chance to freeze in position or become inoperable. The same with the dive planes. The props will, or the screws will have the engines will have reduced efficiency when they're damaged, and not all effects will be in, of course, because that's a lot more work, but I think I have the basics. Hit the engines, they won't work, or they'll malfunction, or they'll overheat. Hit the rudder, it could freeze in the direction it's in, or it could become inoperable, or freeze in an inopportune direction. You would then have to use your trim controls to basically trim up the rudder to try to cancel out any damage that's affecting it. Also, the ability to float itself will be diminished if, of course, the parts are damaged. So it is taking me a while, but rest assured it will be out. The other videos I post are just to keep my mind fresh and to keep, you know, I rarely play KSP. This is my playing KSP right here. I get to test my stuff. Aside from that, I rarely leave the planet. I rarely do anything. So I need to, and on the same token, sometimes I don't feel like playing KSP because I do so much modding in it that I lose sight of even wanting to, you know, I lose the desire to even want to try to play it because, you know, it's like a horrible horrible situation, I guess. But sometimes I have fun playing KSP and I record it and I release a video, or I do an instructional video and I release it, and that's fine. But the problem is I need to diversify a little bit in terms of what I'm playing, and I'm not modding any other game. It's just I just mod KSP, but I feel like playing other games now, so I'm going to play some games. I'll probably post some videos of those games, but KSP is still my main focus in terms of videos. Not only videos, but it's my only focus in terms of modding. So have no fear, the mods will be updated and maintained. Of course, not as quickly as I used to during the winter time. That time may come again where, you know, the fall comes and I get more spare time, my modding budget will go up, and I will, you know, things will speed up accordingly. But for now, because of the season, we're, you know, things will go a little bit slower, but things will progress on a, you know, on a daily or weekly basis. I still mod on a daily basis, but like I said, the time is short. Anyhow, guys, it's been nice talking to you. Watch the videos. By no means do you have to watch my other videos. My Minecraft video was painful to do and painful to watch. Maybe, I don't know, because I'm not a pro. I don't really know a lot about Minecraft, and I don't really get a lot of time to play games. But I plan on doing a few different forays into games just to kind of have a little bit of fun. You know, I want to have a little bit of fun at the same time as doing this is gratifying in terms of, you know, solving problems and creating things for people to use. That's awesome, and I'll never stop doing that. But I really want to have some fun, just you know, goofing around, or, you know, playing a couple games just to see how well I can do and getting it out there as videos to show my either my prowess or my lack thereof. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching. It's been fun. Bye.